Hello, welcome back. It's time for us to talk entertainment. Now today on the entertainment segment, Kwame Ahunfe and Kwame Efo Jakbasu have joined us in the studio. Kwames, how are you?
I'm in the family of age.
Who is that one year?
You adds up. Don't they say beautilizing the eyes of the beholder?
So you are beholding.
I am beholding, and it is my eyes.
It's
my eyes.
I put it on, and still I didn't see.
So the photochronic glasses need
Senior citizens do. Anyway, time now to look at what is happening in the world of showbiz.
These are the things that you do and then trouble comes.
It's a senior citizen.
We will let that slide. Mr. Dazi and Olele Salvador, what is happening in showbiz?
So much. So many things happening.
We like that. We like that when there's action.
But we decided to pick one.
Okay.
Many. Yaw Tog is in the news and...
Why is he?
Oh, Yaw Tog is around though.
Okay, all right.
Like as in he's in Ghana?
Yeah, I mean, the last time I heard
is he in Ghana?
about him was after school, with his grades and stuff like that. After that, I've not really heard so much about him.
He's around. So he released the Sorry song in 2020, September 2020, yes. So within 1 year, he was able to make all that buzz for himself, had a feature from Stormzy, won awards, and all that. I don't know, but a year after, he released the Time EP, released other singles. I think recently he did the Yebe Semu.
Baby.
Hey, there is something wrong somewhere.
Maybe I may too much.
Not from you.
Because I know Yebe Sorry. Another one.
After that, he came out with an EP with other singles, including Yebe Semu.
It was actually one of the singles from the Time EP, right?
Was it on that?
No.
No.
It was after the EP, actually.
Yeah.
It was released with the December jam.
Yeah. So he tweeted something saying that earlier this year, he was defeated spiritually.
He was in a spiritual battle?
Yes.
And he was
Let's
defeated.
take a look at that tweet. Well, I said, wow. Let's see that tweet.
All right, so it says that I feel like advising the young ones wishing to do music in the near future. Please be strong in the spiritual world too. I got defeated early this year, but I'm back again, and be aware of fake friends, please.
Interesting. A young one advising fellow young ones.
Yes. To be careful about fake friends. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know how spiritually he was defeated. His career or his personal life, I don't know, because is it about his career taking quote-unquote a nosedive a bit after Sorry? Is it because of that? I think that, you see, Yaw Tog is one guy who got into the industry and was very fortunate. Most times you see people get into this industry, it takes them like 5 years, 7 years before they even get a hit song. But he got in, started around 2018. By 2 years' time, he was able to make it.
He's part of Asaka Boys. Oh, he's not.
Not Asaka, but the Kumerica people.
Yeah, okay.
All right. And so here is this guy, young artist, making it big, getting a feature.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about him. Then a year later, the buzz seems to have gone down. And so anybody who is not psychologically strong will be worried. I think that most of these guys, when they come into the industry, they don't get prepared, groomed to accept whatever comes their way.
Yeah.
Because the fact that you have a hit song today doesn't mean that tomorrow you should have a hit song, or you'd have hit songs every year. So I believe that, even though I believe, and I don't have a problem with people believing in spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
I also think that in as much as I believe there is that, you also need to look at the other side of the physical world.
Yeah.
Your personal branding, what goes into the music. Because if you do good music, people will like it.
Yeah.
And know that you are also in an industry with other people competing within the same space. So the fact that you did one hit song last year does not mean that, does not guarantee you another hit song this year.
It's true.
I don't know if it is because the hype is down. That is why he thinks that he was spiritually defeated, or somebody with a spiritual eye told him that, oh, Ebia, or I don't know about that.
Well, Olele, I don't know what to make of this.
I mean, personally, if you ask me, I don't think we can do away with the spirituality that surrounds our entertainment industry. I believe that there are always two sides to a coin. I mean, you could be spiritual and not work, and it still wouldn't bring any results. We've seen people who have just focused on the spirituality bit and haven't put in any work, you know. So I can't really confirm or deny if indeed but that's his reality, and so we don't want to bastardize that, you know. But I also think that Ghanaian musicians should also move beyond the whole idea of just focusing on just the spirituality bit, because how long will it take you? You know, if you are good, and your works will speak for itself. Fortunately, in the kind of era we find ourselves in, you need to do times two to remain relevant. Gone were the days where, you know, the tastemakers of our time were only on radio. These days, the likes of the advent of TikTok and all these social media apps are constantly changing the taste of music. So you want to remain relevant through and through. I don't know if the Nananum has a digital platform for that, but you've got.
Don't you see that these days Nananum come and post on your timeline? You know, Nananum are posting and tagging people. Nananum have gone digital, yo. So you gotta speed up, man.
We are fake Nananum scammers.
They said they are Nananum, they are tagging you. Nana has Facebook account. Nana is on Instagram. So, you know.
Nana too much.
Yeah, so you would have to do times two to remain relevant. So Yaw Tog, I think Yaw Tog has done well for himself. The Time EP was a fantastic project. I'm not too sure about the promotion of that EP, and like Frema obviously not knowing Yebesim, which was like one of the songs within, you know, our entry on rotation.
I don't know.
He knows that song.
Wow, it was
no,
actually
you always assume that what you know, I know.
No, because it was actually played. It was actually played.
I always think you are my
generations apart.
Okay, sorry.
Olele, please continue.
With the grades,
so
you can't hide anymore.
Or your mates.
You know, but
how?
But you know he was on tour with the Sound Trophy band.
Yes,
you know, doing great work.
Yes,
there.
yes,
right.
I heard about that.
So if he says he was attacked spiritually in the early days of his career, I'm not too sure.
This year?
No, this year.
Earlier this year.
Yeah.
We are not, because we don't have the details, so we can't speak in much to it. But what we can say is there is indeed a spiritual side to it. I mean, people have remained relevant all these years for whatever purposes, but barring all that, you need to put in the work and let your work speak for you. It's as simple as that.
You know, for me, I think that in this part of the world, we credit the devil with too much power and attention and everything. Look, there are people who don't pray, but they are succeeding. People don't even believe in spirituality at all. I believe in spirituality, I do. But I also believe that, look, juju has expiry date. So even if you go into juju, at some point, you will come down. You know, unless of God, you are serving the Almighty God, the God that we all know, the one that I believe that if you seek refuge in Him, you are better off eternally. You know, but on the other side, I think that there are certain things that if you are doing, the devil can't even do anything.
It's a matter of principle.
You know, you know, you are a musician. One, you know, unless of course, like you mentioned, he has tangible, evidence to say that
this is
somebody, this is spiritual, something. Otherwise, I see this as a young boy who was in school, you know, doing stuff. So your 100% concentration is not even on music, because you have other serious commitments, which is you're even preparing to go and write your final exam, and you can't excel at both sides, you know, because at a point you have to put music down. Kaki at a point had to put music down to go and pursue a career. And I don't think that it would be fair to say that some spiritual may be because of that. Because you've also achieved something, you know, you sacrifice something to achieve something. You have to put your music on hold to go back to school. This is not juju. This is, at that point, what you felt was your priority. Having said that, you know, I always talk about when young people come, the last time that TikTok made his comment. I spoke about our young people even allowing themselves to be mentored by people who know.
Yeah.
You come out, you know, and this is not in direct reference to Yaw Tog. To young people, you come out, you have a hit song, and then you feel all superstarish, you know.
Yeah.
We call you for interview, you're not available.
Right.
We call you for this, you are not there. Now you want people to beg you, yo, if you do that, you will fall. This has nothing to do with Satan.
I mean, it's a little bit like the first day. I don't know if you remember with Adrian and Bassam, but the first few days when they started walking, you know, when a baby starts to walk, they feel all good.
Yeah.
It's like forever they've been watching in their world. Forever they've been watching you walking, and for the first time they are able to do what they see, what they've been seeing you doing, and they can walk. You don't realize that just walking these first 3 steps is the beginning of a long,
rise and fall.
True.
You see,
Yeah.
and that's what a lot of young people don't realize, because they're looking at people who have been in this life 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. You are 17, 18, 19, 20. You want to be at the level of somebody who's been around twice as long as you have.
And I think that's what
serious?
Fema says by, you see, and I hate to always introduce this part of the conversation where we take a look at what our Nigerian brothers and sisters are doing. If you look at the youngins that are coming out, right, you could clearly see that they are following the footprints of those who were ahead of them. You know, so much so that even the forerunners don't even care about themselves anymore. Not too long ago, we were celebrating the fact that the Fireboys and the likes were on Afrobeat stage. I mean, they put Afrobeat on the world stage for the first time. Now, we give credit to Wizkid and Davido, but Wizkid and Davido don't even see themselves as people who deserve the awards. They feel like, you know, we've done our bit to open the door for the likes of us to come in. So you realize that it is what you honor, you become. That's what for me is what you honor, you become. So if we put in our heads that because I'm a superstar today and I don't need any of you, that's where we fall short. You know, so you could think about the spiritual bit that comes with it, but it's a matter of principle. What you honor, you become. It's as simple as that.
The principle will break
When it comes to even spirituality, look, there are witches everywhere. There are demons everywhere. You know, if a witch wants to attack you, they won't wait for you to become a superstar. If they will even know your destiny before you become it, and then look, forget about witch. Do what you are supposed to do. Learn, better yourself. You know, why are witches not attacking people who have excelled? Reggie Roston started singing like God knows how long ago. Reggie is still there. What are the witches doing? Reggie doesn't have witches in his family.
Recently, the Ijabomofo story, he said he wasn't getting hit songs, so he went to some ritualist somewhere in the north, water region, everywhere. Still, I hate no come.
You know, so really, it is not about spiritual stuff. Look, do your bit. Okay, do what you have to do. Pray, move on with your life.
That's it. We need to realize that this world is governed by laws. And all the laws work.
They work,
whether you are aware of them or not. Whether you accept that they exist or not, the laws are working. If you like, jump off a roof and see whether gravity is not working. No, I'm serious, right? It's the same thing.
No, in fact, you can fast and pray.
It's a principle, it's a law.
David,
hard work is a law.
You can fast and pray for 40 days. When you finish, jump from the top and see what will happen. When you come and see angels coming to try.
Also, I think instead of focusing more, like from us, instead of focusing more on what the demons think about you, I think we should focus your prayer more on getting the right people to help your craft. That way, when you put in the work, you know, God will use the right people to promote your work. Because the job you do, you need people to promote your music. So you should actually pray for more favor that people would be invested in your art and say, look, I want to put money into you. Because the truth is, our music industry don't have investment. So if you want to pray, ask God to help somebody give you money to push your music. It's as simple as that. So
no, but
they should learn, and do the right way.
Yes, you know, let me ask you this. Olele just said something that we don't have investment. Have we positioned ourselves properly to be worthy of investment? If I'm a private business person and I sit back, will I, from everything that is happening, would I want to carry like 1 million cedis and say that, okay, I'm putting this money into your craft, you know, would I make my returns? What will happen generally?
I think we have the potential, but it's about how we are marketing ourselves out there to investors. You know, most times the kind of narratives we put out there word of investors, because you don't create the impression that nothing works here. I think that we have brilliant talent right here in Ghana, but it's about how they go about saying so many things. Somebody like Yaw Tog, for example, I think that he's somebody who needed grooming to learn more.
Yeah.
I think he's now getting into the industry proper.
Yeah.
And so it's about time he sat down, with the right people, and then learned what the industry really entails. In the past, we just thought that, okay, if you are a musician, you just get into the industry anyhow. Okay, and so people think that we can still do that. Now the world has changed
drastically.
Exactly. So you can't just do things anyhow and expect to have some great change in the industry. There are so many people who want to invest in this industry, but they sit back, they listen to what is going on, and they think, Charlie, should I even come in at all? It's not worth it. So I think that we're all part of this. We should advise the musicians, we should advise everybody who's an actor in this industry to make sure that it becomes very attractive to people out there. That's all. That's all.
And also, I think, most of the Ghanaian artists that experience a blow up did not see it coming. So most of the time, they do not have like a sustainable plan to maintain or sustain.
Because they're not prepared.
Yeah, because they're not prepared. So I always say that as soon as you realize that you become the new kid on the block, find the right people to keep you going, because it's just like petrol fire. It would exhaust, and that's it. As soon as it exhausts you, you're not trying to find ways and means to, So someone like Yaw Tog, you could clearly see that, at the time where Sorry came, he was in high school. And if you talk to him, you realize that he was just doing music.
He
was just having fun.
He wasn't ready for the industry.
He's like my good friend Patapa. He had a
easy.
he gave me but all respect, my brother. But and after that, you realize that he was struggling to really maintain, that kind of relevance in the space. So if you're a young artist and you know that you have some good sounds with you, and one of these days God opens the door for you, God will do his bit to open the door for you. The rest, you've got to walk it.
And quickly before we go, I think that young people, regardless of what you want to do, showbiz, media, medicine, anything, the moment you have that idea, this is what I want to do, talk to people who have excelled, learn how they did it.
Don't be too big to ask.
Don't let pride carry you, because you will fall. You don't know how it works. You don't know. You have a talent, yes, and you have a nice song, but like Olele said, when you start, it is about the sustainability, and it is extremely painful when you taste fame for just about 3 months and then it's gone. We will still see you as a superstar, and you must live. You must live like one, because you will measure you, by those kind of formulas. Right, thank you very much, gentlemen. The two Kwames. This is Breakfast Daily. We'll be right back.